Hello everyone! Happy belated New Year! It feels so good to be talking on this channel again. I've been slowly coming back through my recent shorts, but the plan was always to relaunch this channel with this video talking about going bald. I'm no longer bald, but I was just 2 months ago. Okay.
Anguila.
Fresh start! Chee! Shaving my head at 32 has been one of the best uses of my free will. So I thought I would share with you the 5 main reasons why I decided to do it. Reason number 1 is that I wanted to shave my head to mark a new decade. My 30s. This new decade deserves fresh hair. Going back in time when it comes to my hair, my childhood, my teen years, they were all marked with a lot of insecurities around having nappy hair that doesn't grow. I didn't feel beautiful with my natural hair by itself. I only felt beautiful in braids or extensions. The salon experience in Mozambique back in the late 90s, 20s, and 2010s was also horrible. Hairstylists didn't know what they were doing because they also hated their hair. Colonialism really made everyone from previous generations despise their natural hair. So the hairstylists would always suggest hairstyles that manipulated the hair the most. Applying relaxer was like their favorite service, and the mistreatment was mostly towards 4C natural hair. At the time, they would say it required more effort, but looking at it now, it just required more patience, which they didn't have. Anyway, in high school, I was bullied for having a big forehead. And anytime I would have my natural hair out, because it's somewhat thin and had no volume, that would make my forehead even more prominent. So having braids was my routine because the length of the braids kind of disguised for my big forehead, which today I don't think it's that big at all. Like, what the hell were those kids about? Like, high school kids are so mean for no reason. A lot of the length hair obsession came through countries like mine through Western media. Hair is a huge part of white/Brazilian/Latin/Asian beauty standards. So watching white media, Brazilian telenovelas made everyone that was watching see long hair as a sign of beauty and desire that, whether it's men or women. And in my teens, I was very male-centered, so of course I felt inadequate throughout for having short hair. I was also extremely jealous of mixed girls and their ability to grow longer hair because of the curls. Man, I wanted to be a mixed girl so bad. Oh my god, what a shame! And then I found out I had an Indian great-grandfather, and I was so pissed that somehow his hair got diluted back to 4C. I was cursing my lineage in my childhood, man. Media is so dangerous because imagine if you grew up watching women on TV that were black with 4C hair, bantu knots, braids, with their hair, mini braids, mini twists. My whole childhood and teenage experience would have been different, less stressful, and I would have been less insecure and less inadequate in my own skin. Those self-hating thoughts would have never crossed my mind as a child, as a young woman, but nothing like growing up, understanding the brainwash, and loving the skin you're in. I can see now that in African beauty standards, we do not worship long hair, at least not the Bantu tribes that I'm familiar with. We worship the hips and the bum. We don't even worship boobs like that. It's like the hips and the bum. Which I also didn't have growing up, so that's another issue I went through. So this long hair craze is just because it has been shown to us so much. That's not something our ancestors really valued up until they met white people, maybe. The next level of hiding the hair in braids is hiding it under wigs, and I too fell victim for the wig craze. I bought my first wig when I was 20, that was in 2014. It was this straight one and I was so excited. Then a year later I got this curly one. I wasn't wearing it every day, but that was my look. 2016, I bought this one, which I'm not gonna lie, wearing wigs in European winter felt really good. I loved wearing a wig and a beanie right on top. Then in 2017, I dyed my curly wig red for the summer. I enjoyed that a lot. This was a look and I made my core memories in London with it on. But it was also during that time that I realized wigs weren't for me. I didn't like how I felt wearing them. I felt fake. I felt like I was cosplaying another race. When people complimented my hair, it wasn't even mine, so I couldn't really embody the compliment. Some people even thought I was mixed race, and inside I was like, no! I hated that feeling, so I swore off wigs forever. Except braided wigs like this one, because the style is still very much Afrocentric, and wearing these didn't really change my ethnicity. Reason number 2 is giving my scalp a much-needed break from the inevitable pulling and tugging of braids. In 2022, I started a mini twist length journey. I was able to retain a lot of length, but I was limited in the hairstyles department. This was the best hairstyle I could come up with when I was in mini twists, but I realized that it didn't stand out in photos and in video thumbnails. So I decided to go back to braids, through which I could have fun with different colors. I absolutely love braids and all the possibilities that come with it. I have Pinterest boards for braids, cornrows, foul locks. So I've enjoyed those a lot, but here's the thing. My hair hates braids. My hair was thriving with the mini twists, and then it got thin and weak when I started braiding back to back. My scalp always had scabs because of the tension. Sometimes I would scratch and like catch some bleeding. And the last time I had my braids done, the ladies were pulling so much. I was like, you know what? This is the last time. Let them cook because I am done. My scalp has gone through it all, and shaving my head was a great way to give it a proper break. That's why I made it a point to go to the head spa and get 1 hour TLC. It felt so good, man. It felt amazing. I've gotten more head massages since then because once the hair grows, getting a massage in the head doesn't feel the same. It's a little bit restrictive on the masseuse fingers. I stopped wearing a satin scarf to bed. I can just sleep like this because there's nothing really to break. And this has been the best part for me. Even though soon I think I'll need to start wrapping my hair at night, but I've enjoyed not having to do that. Reason number 2 was the energetic and spiritual reset. I believe that energy gets stuck in the hair, so I wanted renewed energy for my 30s. Even though I had been trimming my hair, I can say that most of it was at least 5 years old. And that hair had a lot of trauma, so I knew I didn't want to carry it into my 30s. I did cut my hair a bit late because when I turned 30, I was still in the middle of my travel journey. I was like, okay, let me just finish this one. That happened last December when I was back in Maputo, which is where I started my travel journey. I turned 32 in December and I shaved this January. I was taking a break from content, re-strategizing, so it was the perfect timing. From now on, my brand identity is going to be head wraps, very Afrocentric and bold head wraps. I'm stepping into my African queen era in the way I present myself. I'm decolonizing and Africanizing my aesthetics, which is a process I'm going to share here on the channel because I'm super excited for it. I'm filming this exactly 2 months after shaving my head, and this is what I'm working with. Not gonna lie, I do miss having a shaved head. It's such a unique feeling. It's so cozy, but you do get cold a lot. So I was wearing a beanie every night. I understand why some people get addicted to shaving their head. It's just such a nice feeling to be completely bald. I get it, but I won't go down that route, and I'll explain why very soon. Reason number 4 was detoxing from all the toxic synthetic hair. The same way I wanted to give my scalp a break from braids, I also wanted to give my head and my body a break from contact with toxic braiding hair. Towards the end of last year, I started seeing more and more videos about how synthetic braiding hair can be toxic, which honestly makes sense. I mean, everything that's cheap and widely available has to be bad for you. It's just the rule of the game of capitalism. If it doesn't come from Mother Nature, it's gonna be bad for you somehow. There are alternatives now like banana leaves and other materials from natural fibers, but those have very limited colors. And most of the fun of having braids on for me was wearing a different color in my head. I would never ever dye my own hair, so wearing synthetic braids was a way of experiencing different colors. But as I said, my scalp was always sore, I would get scabs, bleeding, and all that itchiness and irritation was definitely coming from whatever chemicals they put and coat into the hair. I wasn't washing my braiding hair with apple cider vinegar, like zero time for that. From the package straight into my head. In this video, Lynn broke it down really well, and she kept asking, why aren't these things being regulated? Why are manufacturers allowed to coat braiding hair that a lot of women are going to use with toxic chemicals? It's like they just want to set up black women for failure. This is something we use regularly on ourselves, on our children, and people don't care about our health. That's unfortunately not going to change anytime soon. So I thought, you know what, I'm entering my 30s. The same way I actively avoid toxic nail polish, I also want to avoid toxic braiding hair. I'm not saying I'm never going to put it on my scalp again because the temptation is too much. So I think I'll braid my hair maximum twice a year for 2 weeks maximum, whenever I want to do a really colorful hairstyle. I also had this braids wig made, and it looks exactly like the last braids I had on, just in case I need to film something or go out in braids. I don't feel the need to wear this wig. I've been absolutely enjoying going out of the house like this. Before my hair grew this long, I was wearing scarves, and yeah, no need for wigs at all. It's too hot for wigs where I am anyway. So I just got out the shower where I washed my hair with this shampoo from a small Ugandan lady business. I was so happy to support her business. It's a tea tree essential oil, but it's like African black soap base. I shampoo every Wednesday and Sunday after I go for a run. So I shampoo twice a week. And when I have the shampoo on, I use this one, and it's just like so easy to wash. I don't even need to use my fingers. Now that I'm out of the shower, I go in with this growth oil that has a bunch of Ayurvedic herbs from the same brand, like just a little bit. It's important I do this while the hair is still damp. And then I just go in with this and I brush this part forward and I brush this one back. Oh guys, this feels amazing. Like, This is the phase of short hair that I dreamed about. Like, I don't have enough hair to put a moisturizer, a leave-in. I could, but I feel like I don't need it. I think 2 months from now, I'm definitely gonna need more products. I'm still enjoying being able to get away with just oil and aloe vera gel. And that's it. I'm ready to go out and conquer the day and be a short-haired baddie. And I'm just gonna miss this phase so much. I'll absolutely miss this freedom 2 months from now when my hair grows a bit more and needs some extra steps. Lastly, reason number 5 is starting a hair growth journey from actual zero. And this is just to prove my teenage self that I can in fact grow long hair. I already know that I can because between 2022 and 2023, when I had my mini twist journey, this was my first silk press before I started braiding back to back. The longest hair I've ever had. But it was also very thin, as you can see here, almost transparent. I now get to start over and grow my hair out as an adult who actually loves her hair. It's amazing how we get to our 30s and we finally fall absolutely in love with our natural selves. Aging and wisdom are such a blessing. Basically, I have low density and fine hair, but I'm going to try and grow my hair thicker with Ayurvedic herbs, no heat, and no braids for the most part. That's my challenge for the next 2 to 3 years. Whew! I'm also going to try and use all natural products, no more funding Shea Moisture, Mael. Those are my favorite brands. I absolutely love their packaging. I love their products, the smell, but the products do nothing for my hair. My hair was the longest when I didn't have money for Shea Moisture. I just had a good routine, water, and blue magic. Of course, I was wearing mini twists instead of synthetic braiding hair. So that's what I'm planning to do more of in order to get to waist lengths. I'm so excited. I'm not going to document my hair journey now. I'm going to continue posting fashion content, and whenever I hit a milestone, I'll come back and share it with you. And yeah, these were the reasons why I shaved my head. Let me know if you ever cut your hair out as an adult. Have you ever had a shaved head? If you have 4C hair, are you currently on a length journey? What's working for you? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with a fashion video.